Justin Fields, let's talk about this kid. Because I said the Bears are going to eventually feel the pressure of starting him. I said it to their coach literally the week after they drafted him. And Matt Nagy comes on this show and talks about how he had a front row seat for Mahomes sitting down for most of his rookie season and Alex Smith taking the first 15 regular season starts for the Chiefs that year and how he saw Mahomes learn. And I told him on the spot, if that's your plan for Dalton, and they said it was, Dalton's going to get the start and hopefully Justin Fields will learn and all that. I said, I don't think you're going to get that opportunity, Coach. I think he kind of laughed and he understands. His head is not in the sand.
No, but it was also like, well, I guess we'll see. I'll show you.
We'll see.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if anybody's head is not in the sand about the sensibility of the Bears fan and the pressure that could be brought to bear by them on your status, I think it's him.
He should know.
I mean, he's well aware.
Yeah, you are aware.
He's also well aware of what happens if you win in that town, too. You win Coach of the Year. You're put on the big shoulders of that city. And he's got Andy Dalton, and he's got Justin Fields. Dalton goes out there against the Bills, and he goes 11-17, a touchdown, and an interception that really wasn't on him. A receiver fell down. And Fields comes in, and he goes 9-19, 80 yards, 4 of 46, 4 carries, 46 yards on the ground, including a 16-yard scamper, as you're mandated to say as a quarterback. And here's the concern about starting him in the NFL is that he can't potentially protect himself behind that line. And there was one moment where it looked like he was unable to protect himself because a guy comes straight in through. And that usually, when that happens, and you're not only decleated but dehelmeted, because it was a helmet-to-helmet hit and penalty on the play, that normally that happens is you kind of screwed up the protection. Maybe your lineman did, or you didn't see. It was right in front of him, too. It wasn't from the blind side. It was directly in front of him. And, again, we're going to have Mr. All-22, Greg Cosell of NFL Films, join us first up here. He'll know better. But that sort of stuff, you see that, you go, You can't, if you don't know your protection schemes, that is a big problem in the NFL. You could get hurt. And that's how an entire rookie season, if not, heaven forbid, long-term problems, that's how you get those. But the way he reacted to getting hit, dusted himself off, loved seeing all the offensive linemen come up to him, which, as we also know, did not happen for the other guy who started before him. When Dalton got blown up last year in D.C., didn't happen last year with the Cowboy linemen who, were wondering where the next bargain at a vintage market is, and we'll talk about that later on the show.
Yeah.
Put a pin in that reference. But his reaction to it, it was pretty he was cool about it, didn't puff his chest out, got back in and kept going. But the thing that impressed me the absolute most about his skill set was what happened after the game. Because Dalton, and this is why I told Nagy this, I told him this a week after the draft, Bears fans are going to make their voices heard, whether it's on local radio or around town or in Soldier Field. Fans did not give Dalton the greatest starting welcome, QB1, as he was known on the Twitterverse, on the Bears account a few months ago. He was booed. This was brought up to Justin Fields after the game. Roll it.
Yeah, I noticed it. Of course, the fans are awesome getting me out there, but they also have to realize, Andy's a human being too. Andy's out there on the field right now. So I really just think it's kind of disrespectful to Andy, them cheering my name out like that. And, they have to, trust in coach to, make sure he's making the right decisions and, just cheer Andy on. That's not helping Andy play better. Them cheering my name, that's not doing none of that. So, I would say, my advice to them would be just cheer for who's out there playing on the field.
Well done, Justin Fields. Well done. That's leadership right there, man. leadership while also being a competitor within your own walls for the job. I love that. I heard that and I'm like, this is a certain sensibility and maturity that in certain parts was not ascribed to Justin Fields prior to the draft, where he was supposedly not somebody who was all in on getting up to speed on things. I was very impressed by that answer. I thought that was terrific. Does he want the starter's job? Of course he wants the starter's job. Probably wants it right away. But that's a support of somebody in his quarterback room. Loved it. Really appreciated, wanted to bring it to the attention of everybody, because to me, that is part of the stuff of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. But so is knowing where the protection is. And if the guy right in front of you is coming and blitzing you, I mean, my gosh, that could be on the lineman. But I think it was you probably on our Twitter account over the weekend, having a helmet separated but somebody's head, that's not what you're looking for out of your rookie quarterback. Putting him out there in the preseason game. Oh, no.
Not what you tried.
No. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here